In a world where power and status collide with the unforgiving hand of justice, two stories unravel, leaving no room for escape. Stay tuned until the end to watch how power is put to the test. In the dimly lit streets of Cincinnati, a tragic tale unfolded. It all began with Cincinnati PD cop Justin Shields, a man who had sworn to uphold the law, but on this fateful night, he found himself teetering on the edge of his own undoing. Cincinnati was a city of secrets, and as the clock struck 1 in the morning on April 14th, a hidden encounter unfolded in Claremont County. Officer Shields, seemingly confident, tried to weasel his way out of a traffic stop. With the faint glow of police lights illuminating the scene, he reached for his badge, hoping that it would be his ticket to escape the consequences that loomed. But the Ohio State Highway Patrol officer, Rick Strom, was unyielding. He approached Shields, his body camera capturing every moment. "How much have you had to drink tonight?" he inquired, his voice steady. Shield, his breath tainted by the unmistakable scent of alcohol, remained defiant. "Literally nothing, sir, nothing at all," he retorted, but his words betrayed the truth.
Man, how much you had to drink?
Literally nothing. I took my friend home.
All right, I'm gonna get you out and make sure you're okay, drive.
Okay.
Step on out. You know your tags are expired as well?
I know that already. I work for Cincinnati.
You work for Cincinnati and you got
You
expired
got,
tags?
I showed you my badge.
I know, but I'm saying you work for Cincinnati and you drive around with expired tags?
The officers were not fooled. The spread of alcohol was widespread, a damning verdict in and of itself. They subjected Shields to a battery of tests, including the walk and turn, a test he believed he could pass to avoid justice. But as he tripped and faltered, his plans came apart before his eyes. Arrested and confused, Justin Shields held a position of authority as a CPD district officer. He had served the department for less than 2 years, but his ambitions had led him down a dangerous path. He'd been clocked going 80 in a 65 zone, a dangerous choice that set in motion a sequence of events.
Well, I haven't been drinking, but
were.
my friend's been drinking. Got confused with the question.
Which he would appear to fail. Thus, he was arrested. Shields, it would be learned, holds the title of CPD District 4.
Charges loomed over him, specifically for operating a vehicle while impaired, or OVI, after his field sobriety test failures. Lieutenant Jonathan B. Cunningham of the Cincinnati Police Department confirmed the revocation of Shields' powers, pending the result of an ongoing investigation. The fallen officer was placed on administrative leave, his once promising career now hanging by a thread. Shields, facing the consequences of his actions, firmly pled not guilty. As the Cincinnati Enquirer's Cameron Knight reported, records revealed that Shields was hired in 2021, earning just over $74,000 annually. He had received a commendation in December for his efforts during a traffic blitz. It was a stark contrast to the man now caught in a web of his own making.
Lieutenant Jonathan B. Cunningham of the Cincinnati Police Department would tell the outlet Shields' powers had been revoked temporarily, pending the results of the investigation. Shields is currently on administrative leave.
In the heart of Cincinnati, where shadows concealed secrets, the story of Justin Shields was one of a man who believed that he could escape justice only to find himself caught by the very law he had sworn to uphold. Despite his fall from grace, the incident serves as a reminder of the commitment to transparency and justice that society must hold. As the news of Officer Shields' downfall spread like wildfire, it sent shockwaves through the Cincinnati community. Residents who had once trusted him to protect and serve were left in disbelief. This incident not only raised questions about the integrity of law enforcement, but it also highlighted the importance of accountability within the system. As the legal proceedings unfolded, Officer Shields faced the consequences of his actions, both in the courtroom and in the court of public opinion. The journey towards a more transparent and just world has only just begun, and the citizens of Cincinnati are determined to be an active part of it. So subscribe now and be part of that journey towards a more transparent and just world. Moving on to the next story. In the heart of a small Arkansas town, the echoes of justice had reverberated once again, this time trapping officers of the law in a tale of recklessness and consequences. As the story of Mr. Shield unfolded, another chapter was yet to be written. Michael Kyle Dunn, the Newton County Chief Deputy, would, too, find himself on the wrong side of the law.
had been driving before a police officer had just seen him swerve almost entirely off the road in rural Boone, Arkansas. This continued even after the officer got closer to him, so this being a suspicious and dangerous sign.
Driving on rural roads in Boone, Arkansas, Chief Michael exhibited a perilous disregard for safety. His predictable swerving drew the attention of a vigilant police officer. As the patrol car's lights flashed, signaling the need for a stop, Chief Michael, perhaps unaware of who he was dealing with, attempted to negotiate his way out of trouble.
Just over Missouri.
Okay. How much have you had to drink?
Not much.
Okay. Well, is your vehicle off?
In the midst of this situation with Chief Michael, the officers urged him to cooperate, stressing that they didn't have all day to resolve these matters. With the clock ticking, they reminded him of this urgency, but the drunk Lieutenant Michael would continuously refuse that he was drunk.
But, I mean, you know, we can't be out driving if we've been drinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I caught you coming back onto the highway back there. You almost hit a sign and then followed you for a little while and you touched the yellow line twice, touched a wire.
This refusal to comply would result in an $800 fine, a clear sign that his actions would have both legal and financial consequences, dimming the future of his law enforcement career. But without knowing, the dashcam was recording every word and gesture. The officer, committed to upholding the law, remained resolute. He subjected Chief Michael to sobriety tests, refusing to yield to intimidation or influence. In a last-ditch effort, Chief Michael's refusal to submit to a chemical breath test sealed his fate. He resigned from his esteemed position as chief deputy and was handed a 1-year prison sentence.
Then, Michael is finally arrested and put in the back seat of the car.
Let's go. I'll follow you.
Just sit me in the back seat.
Yeah, we'll sit you in the back seat.
Marking the end of a chapter in his life defined by authority and the beginning of a period of reflection behind bars.
Finally, Dunn was fined $800 for refusing to do a chemical test of his breath. He resigned from his position as chief and was sentenced to 1 year in prison.
In the aftermath of these incidents, the community was left grappling with questions about the trustworthiness of those who were meant to uphold the law. Calls for increased oversight and accountability grew louder, sparking conversations on the need for reform. As the legal proceedings continued, these cases became emblematic of a broader struggle in order to ensure justice and integrity within law enforcement. In this tale of two officers, the scales of justice tipped without prejudice, reminding all that the law is blind to rank or to status, and the actions bear consequences, no matter one's position in the hierarchy of law enforcement.